everyone. Welcome to the third episode in our goal setting series. If you haven't watched the last two or listened to the last two episodes, it's not critical. Basically, what we did there was we're currently working through something called the Year Compass, which we'll add a link to in the comments or in the show notes. And you can check out the previous two episodes. I never know which side to point. So it'll be here somewhere. You'll be able to click on the links if you do want to check out those first two episodes. But essentially what we're doing is we're looking at the year ahead, and trying to hold each other accountable for actually achieving goals. And if you haven't watched the last two episodes, I'm terrible at goal setting. I kind of see there's something on the horizon, and as long as I'm moving in the right direction, I'm happy, because that gives me the flexibility to change direction if I want to. Whereas, the traditional goal setting where you work backwards, I find for me, it doesn't give me the flexibility I need. I don't know, Shay, we were speaking about this offline, and that's kind of your strategy for approaching goals. Does it work for you?
So for me, I know this again, something I talk about all the time, but good old calendar blocking is my friend. Because even if I don't do it, which again, we spoke about in a previous episode, I do have one goal procrastinated upon for a while, but having time set aside for me is key. And also making things a habit, so part of your day. So looking at it like, even if I just spend 15 minutes every day doing one thing that's going to help me achieve my someday goal, that's better than doing nothing. So building those kind of things into your day. So I know we're going to talk about it a bit in the next episode. So I'll leave it at that for now. But awesome. Yeah, it does work.
So awesome. So in this episode, we're doing something from the Year Compass framework, I suppose we can call it, called the Magic Triplets for the year ahead. And it's a couple of questions. We'll post those questions in the show notes as well for you to follow if you want to do it as we're discussing them. But essentially, it's a couple of questions that you're supposed to list 3 things for each. In full disclosure, I haven't listed 3 things for each, and I didn't even finish the entire question set. We were speaking offline. I know, also didn't finish I answered what I felt was relevant to me. So yeah, let's dive in. So the first question, and just so that people know, Shay and I did prepare for this, but there were 2 pages in the Year Compass, and I think I've done one, and I think Shay has done the other one. So we might not be answering the same questions.
And we haven't even answered all the questions on those. So it's going to be quite a hodgepodge of what we felt like answering.
And that's
do as
okay.
we say, not as we do.
Okay. Cool. So the first question that I answered was, I will love these 3 things about myself. Did you do that?
That's a good one. I didn't, but that is a good one. I'll try to think of some things on the fly. So you go first.
All right. So I answered 2 things for this. My first is my ability to get lost online. I am a huge procrastinator, and if I do the wrong thing first thing in the morning, it screws up my entire day. And I've actually got a strategy that's going to cope with, that's helping me cope. And I've been doing it for the last 3 weeks. That's helping me cope with this. I'll put it, into the strategies, episode. But my ability to get lost online is actually a huge strength in a lot of ways. It's just not good for client deadlines. So I am going to embrace that part of myself and start not giving myself such a hard time about the amount of time I spend, particularly on YouTube these days. I discovered YouTube last year in a really terrible, time-consuming way, and it is, it's a double-edged sword. So that's my
What is
one.
your strategy?
My strategy is basically
to stay offline in the morning.
I have time blocked from 4 to 5 as my specific YouTube time. So I've now set up, I don't even stay in the office anymore. I've set up YouTube on the TV and I go and lie in front of the TV and just brain rot. And it doesn't, I've got no strategy in terms of what I actually watch. Some days I'll watch stuff about quantum computing. Other days I'll watch stuff about, um, you know, 200 epic mountain bike fails from 2024. There's literally whatever catches my attention on the day.
I choose
so
the
that's
latter.
time blocking. Yeah, Philomena Count is taking up a lot of my time at the moment.
Justified.
The second thing that I will try and love more about myself is the stream of consciousness way I talk. I don't speak in full sentences. I change direction. My brain moves too quickly for my mouth to keep up. And so I tend to change direction in the middle of a sentence. And I know that people have a very difficult time normally keeping up with me. And I just assume they can see into my brain and see where I'm going. And I've given myself a hard time because I'm like, maybe I should like go on a Toastmasters thing. But quite frankly, this works for me. I'm okay. Other people must deal. So I'm going to try and embrace that part of myself. So yeah. Those are two of the three things. I didn't do the third one.
Okay.
I have no idea.
I do have one that I can think of. And it's maybe to embrace the fact that I am a generalist, which we've spoken about actually in the podcast in terms of business and niching down, and I'm niche resistant and proud of it.
The links here, whichever one it is.
Yeah, see the links. Niche resistance. There's something about it somewhere. So from a work perspective, embracing that. Because that's why I love what I do, because I get to do different things. And maybe also in the rest of my life too, that it's okay not to be known for doing one specific thing and doing it really well, but actually to just enjoy doing lots of things. So yeah, to be okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to be honest, often when I think of, I don't know, someone who's at top of their field or, I don't know, some kind of athlete or whatever, it must be bloody awful because that's all you get to do and think about, and the rest of your life, just falls away. So yeah, maybe to just lean into the fact that I like doing lots of things. I'll never be great at them, but that's okay.
I always think of rock stars or musicians.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if I'm not mistaken, you were just at Offspring this last weekend.
Oh, it was so good.
I mean, imagine being a band that comes out of like 1993 and it's 30 years later and you're still having to sing I'm just a sucker with no self-esteem, like every night.
That was one of the best. Yeah, they played it so well.
I mean, it's great for the audience, but you as a creative, I mean, it's doing the same thing over and over. So, yeah.
And I mean, in the same token, I think old Tay did Eras. I read somewhere like 200 and something times the same concert in like 1 year. I mean, that's your whole year gone. I mean, who knows how much money that chick must have, but it's not worth it, in my opinion.
She did become a billionaire off the back of that tour. So
yeah, but isn't millions, billions, same? Like, what are you going to do with $1 billion that you're not going to do with millions? I don't know.
I don't know. I can think of a few things. Cool. Next question. I am ready to let go of these three things. Did you answer this one?
No, you totally answered a different page to me. Go first.
Okay. So I also didn't put three things down. The first is letting go of anything that no longer serves me, from business stuff like clients to hobby stuff. I actually over December got rid of my beer brewing equipment because I haven't brewed for like 2 years. I'm not drinking as much as I used to anymore. So it was taking up space and time in my life, and so get rid of it. Make space for something new. That was that one thing. I managed to get one from there. Is this something you'd like to answer? Something that springs to the top of mind?
I love letting go of things. It's great. letting go of clients is one of my favorite things. Not always easy to do, and often it takes me longer than I hope. But there. I think, was it in this episode we spoke about listening to your gut, or was that the last episode?
That was the previous
The
episode.
previous episode. Well, I said how I struggled to
Yeah.
listen to my gut, and it does sometimes take me a while. But that's where I have listened to my gut. Actually, is letting go of
Okay.
clients that no longer serve me, and I've never once regretted it. I've never regretted the money lost. I've never regretted, even if it's people I've enjoyed working with. You know when you know. So yeah, I would like to just urge everyone else to, if you have that feeling, it's there for a reason. And then on a more sort of practical and maybe twee answer, I cleaned out my cupboard, but I did it in the way that is ruthless. So, when you clean out your cupboard, you think you've done a good job, but there's that item that you haven't worn and you think, no, I'll wear it. Or, oh, but it was expensive. Or, oh, no, but it's brand new. I did the cupboard clean where literally if it hadn't been worn in the last few months, I got rid of it. And I love it. It was amazing. I highly recommend.
Brought you joy.
It no longer brought me joy. Even some of them did bring me a bit of joy when I looked at them. I was like, oh, how sentimental, I have joy. But I was like, but I don't wear. So then I got rid of it. So, yeah.
Cool. I want to achieve these three things the most. So clearly like you said, we're on different pages. So I'll go first and then you can decide if you want to answer.
Okay.
I want to complete an AI consulting project. I actually one kicked off at the end of last year. It was going well, and then the quote went out, and then the client didn't have money. So I want to get a job like that and actually see it through to completion and cash for it. So that's one. And the other two are make a dent in my bond. I want to put more money in my home loan and upskill my mountain biking skills. So those are the three things that I want to achieve the most this year. Do you have anything rolling off the top of your...
So I didn't answer that one, but there are some things I want to achieve. So again, the same thing. I want to start book number 2, even if I don't finish it this year. This is kind of a random one. I hope I do end up doing this. I guess I've just got to make it happen. I kind of want to learn to play the drums. It's my favorite instrument. I love drums. I love any music with drums. And I caught a drumstick at the concert. So now I am super motivated. And I want to use the drumstick. So I caught caught Trey Cool's drumstick from Green Day. And now it was like a sign. So,
okay.
So now I want to do
that. That's going to be an interesting, if you do like an Instagram, follow me as I learn this vibe. I might actually recreate my Instagram accounts if you do that.
I was going to say, except you said the dirty word Instagram, so I'm immediately out.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And then I also want to do more learning for my own, like become a better writer. So I have signed up actually to a group, it's a community called Pro Copywriters. It's UK based, and they do monthly lunchtime sort of learning online things. So, that's a start. So that's
a great networking opportunity as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. I'm going to skip ahead because otherwise the episode is going to run a bit long, which it's going to do anyway, but let's try and keep it as short as possible. The next question is, I will dare to discover these three things. And this links back to what I was saying in the previous episode, something about like saying yes to things that are interesting and cool and that can move me in a new direction. So the first one is learning about AI-driven SEO and AI optimization, because normal SEO type of writing it's still working and now, but we're moving into the AI-driven SEO generation. So I want to kind of get on top of that. The second one is do more research on AI agents and actually build one for myself, which links back to the automate as much as possible in my business. So I've got some stuff I need to figure out how it all works as well. And then the third thing is more of a personal one, is biophilic design. That's when I love my garden, and biophilic design is when you kind of integrate architectural things into plant life or design a garden around maximizing like wind flow, etc., etc. So I want to
The other way
research that.
around, right?
Yes, yeah,
Like
yeah.
bringing that into your
Um,
home too.
Correct. So I'm actually researching plant walls at the moment, which are apparently quite good for insulation. So um, that's my deep rabbit hole that I'm going down at the moment. And because I'm a cheapskate, I don't want to buy anything. I want to start and make it myself.
Sustainable,
So
sustainable.
yes, exactly, exactly. So those are my three things. What's on your list for things that you would like to discover?
So I didn't write that one down. So I'm going to say I did three things for my last one. I'll do three things I'm going to do every morning.
Yeah.
So before I had my daughter, I had quite a good sort of power hour routine thing going on. It's no longer possible. So I need to pivot a little, but there are still things I can do to set myself up for a good morning. So first one is actually to spend some undistracted time with her before I start my day, even if it's just 5-10 minutes. So no phone, no, oh, I should be doing this for work. Should I quickly check this email? None of that. Just undistracted, pure enjoying the time with her. And then I thought something else like quick that I can do is message someone who's in my life. We spoke about in previous episodes how supported we both feel by our communities and our people. So actually to acknowledge and appreciate someone, it's as quick as sending a one-line WhatsApp to say, hey, thank you so much for X, X, and Y, or just, hey, I love you, to just do that every morning. And then also just help my husband get a good start to the day by, I don't know, just saying something nice or making him coffee, or because it's very easy to end up, like passing ships. So just to spend some time acknowledging him too.
Yeah, yeah. Relationship focus. We should maybe look at doing an episode at some stage about, relationship focus, like when you're a freelancer, how you actually
Yes.
sustain your long-term relationships. But yeah, I digress, as usual. So, I don't know where those questions are, Shay. I didn't find them on the sheet, so you'll have to take over from here.
No, I thought that was the end. So that's
Okay,
fine.
all
Go,
right. Well,
everyone find your questions and yeah,
cool.
answer what resonates.
Awesome. So in the next episode, Shay and I are going to be sharing our strategies on how we stick to our goals and kind of the frameworks we put in place and measures and parameters we put in place to make sure that we are setting the correct goals and actually achieving them. So stick around for that. We will see you in that episode.